Louisville parted ways with interim coach Scott Padgett on Wednesday, and the search for a replacement for a program trying to right itself in the aftermath of the scandal that cost Rick Pitino his job begins. That list consists of one name: it's Xavier's Chris Mack, and nobody else. More, here's how NCAA should punish programs like Louisville. He is the best fit for Louisville, and Louisville is the best fit for Mack. That's the end of this search committee. Cardinals reportedly are targeting Mack, and with good reason. Louisville can start that process of moving from a rough chapter in its history by hiring Mack, who is 212-96 in 9 seasons and has led the Musketeers to 3 Sweet 16s and 1 Elite 8 appearance. Xavier's second-round exit from this year's tournament as a No.1 seed was a disappointment, but it also could be a sign it's time for Mack to move on. Mack wouldn't be the first Xavier coach to do it. Pete Gillen coached 9 seasons before moving on to Providence and, later, Virginia. Skip Prosser coached 7 seasons before moving on to Wake Forest. Thad Matta coached 3 before leaving for Ohio State, and Sean Miller coached 5 seasons before going to Arizona. It's not moving up. Xavier is a solid program that has produced excellent coaches since Gillen in 1985-86. The program isn't a cradle of coach so much as it's a cradle for coaches. When it's time to move on, then it's a good bet the Musketeers will find the next good one in their quest to make that elusive Final Four. This is about moving on, and the timing is right for Mack. He was previously a candidate for Ohio State's opening last summer, but showed no interest despite the opportunity to follow Matta, perhaps because Louisville is a better fit for Mack, even in the aftermath of the scandal. It's a basketball-first school in a basketball-first conference, and there's an opportunity for Mack to move up the ladder. He also has tri-state connections. He played high school basketball at St. Xavier in Cincinnati. He played a few years at Evansville in Indiana, and his wife, Christy, was a high school star in the Louisville area and is in the Dayton Hall of Fame. That's a large part of Louisville's recruiting radius, and it adds up. More, ranking Louisville, other Final Four appearances that never happened. This move makes sense for Mack. Louisville shouldn't overcomplicate this. We can do the exercise of running through some other names for the sake of a list, but do any of the rest make that much sense? Sure, Scott Davenport is a former Louisville assistant and a successful Division II coach. Matta might show more interest than he did at Georgia. There are up-and-coming coaches who can be mentioned based on a quick-trigger tournament run. But Mack has proven he's ready for this job for the last 9 seasons. He hasn't yet reached a Final Four, but he will have at least the same opportunity to get there with Louisville, especially given the resources he'd have available. If there's any reservations about not reaching the Final Four, then name a coach right now who makes more sense. This move makes sense for Louisville, too, and you can almost see the headline now: Louisville hires Xavier coach Chris Mack. That should be on your news feed within the next 72 hours. If not, then we'll thinking about making